Hey everyone, what is up? I'm Heather.
I'm Casey.
And today we are going to be talking about 5 differences we have learned about Germany since moving here about maybe like a month ago.
Yeah, it's been about a month now.
Yeah, we've really been having a great time here. It's been so great to read all the comments and share our experiences. So if you enjoy that type of content, living abroad, traveling abroad, and just learning a little bit about life in Germany, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, turning those notification bells on, and following along the journey with us. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it because it always really helps the channel out. So let's get right into this. So as we start sharing these topics, I did just want to note we picked a few things that are topics that are a little more in depth, and we also picked a couple things more just for fun. We're kind of fun, playful people, so we wanted to spice it up. So we're gonna mix it in with a good variety, yeah?
Yeah, there's a couple of the obvious things that you would think would be different just moving abroad. And then some other little not so obvious things that we've just noticed in our time being here.
Yes, so of course, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you think about some of these things that we noticed. So we've got a little whiteboard we're gonna be kind of revealing as we go, just for fun. So, dun, 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 dun. Start off, and the first one is
Food and dining.
Food and dining experience. Okay, so how has that been for you?
Well, the food itself has been amazing.
Yeah.
Everything tastes just a lot more fresh. It's like you picked it, the morning of or something.
Yeah.
All the meat's been really good. The dining experience itself has been a little bit of a learning curve.
Yes.
People here generally just kind of leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's eating out is kind of supposed to be like a longer social event
experience.
Not so much just like the rushed hustle and bustle that we're used to in America, where like your waitress or waiter will come refill all your glasses for you for free,
rush you out for the next person,
which isn't a thing here. Free anything doesn't really exist.
Right.
Like
yeah, that's
condiments,
water's been a big thing for us because we're big still water drinkers.
Yeah.
And we heard you're not supposed to bring even like your own bottle with you into the restaurant, which I was really glad someone told us, because I definitely was about to make that faux pas because I just thought it would be less complicated to do. But
I think water, they say, is like the second most expensive like drink item on the menu usually. And
yeah, very good water though.
Yeah, it's all real fancy, nice glass bottles that it comes out in. Even just trying to get like your dessert or the check, even you really gotta kind of like wave down the waiter or waitress to come over just so you can pay.
Which makes you feel really apprehensive to do it first, because that might be considered rude in the US. Yeah, that might be perceived very differently. So that's gonna take still some adjusting, I think, to feel comfortable. Hey.
But apparently it's just expected. That's what they want you to do, and they just kind of let you be alone and do your thing.
We learned the word Rechnung very quickly.
Yeah, Rechnung bitte.
Rechnung bitte, yeah. Something else, I mean, for me, and he kind of hit on that too, is just with the food. In the States, there are so many preservatives and things in food. It's really hard, even with non-GMO, you have to be careful with that sometimes. It's just a whole different ballgame, and it's really nice here to feel like there are so many more options to feel safe about eating. So that's been a big plus, I think, for both of us. Maybe me even more so, but definitely both of us, I think, prefer that. So
yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm trying to like relearn what the food actually tastes like, because everything tastes very different.
So much better. I know, that's why it was really funny, because we got so excited. We went to the chocolate museum in Cologne, which I'll link that video here, and some people got really upset with us for doing that. I guess because they wanted us to adventure in Cologne more, but we only had a few hours that day actually. And the thing is, we grew up on Hershey's and it's not very good, so we were really excited to try some chocolate.
Yeah, and the chocolate there was really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time, and
we'd love to see more of the historical stuff in Cologne. Though it was not a very nice day. That was the other thing. We were kind of getting spit with almost like freezing rain on our face, so it kind of made you want to go inside. But we'll definitely have to go explore the food in Cologne and some specifics that a lot of you have given us, which we love seeing in the comments. So we'll definitely go back maybe during the summer, a nicer time, and like really spend a whole weekend trying the food. So On to number 2. All right, number 2 is beds. So this one's kind of a fun one, I suppose, but the reason we chose this is because it's one of the first things we noticed when we got here, like day one. We were in a hotel for the first couple of weeks. Yeah, a couple weeks. And when we got in, we noticed there were 2 comforters on one bed, like a comforter for each person. And I mean, it's not a bad thing, but we were definitely a little like, wait, what is going on in the bed here? And come to find out, I guess in Europe in general, I think it's very popular for each person to have their own comforter, so you don't hog the blankets, which I wouldn't know anything about.
No, you don't
I'm not a blanket hog at all.
No, never. Yeah, with that, our shopping experience for when we did finally move into where we're going to be living.
Which we still don't have our stuff yet. We just have some things, but... Yeah,
we're slowly getting stuff. We had to get new bedding and stuff for the time being. But the sizing for the comforters was super strange, and it's not just like, there's not like a full twin, queen, or medium. It's it goes off centimeters.
And it's duvet covers too.
Yeah, everything's a duvet, not just like the big fluffy comforters that we're used to.
At least not that we've seen anywhere, so.
Yeah. So shopping for all that stuff was interesting. We ended up just getting the biggest one we could find because we're just,
hoping it fits.
Yeah, just hoping it fits, our queen size bed whenever it comes.
Although the whole 2 comforter thing's really wasn't the worst thing. I don't know, maybe we'll end up adopting that.
I don't know, maybe, we'll see. I kind of like having a big blanket.
He does until I steal it.
That's
and then
why
it's a
I
problem.
need as much as I can get. All right, number 3.
Pace of life.
It's, I don't know, it's different in aspects. There's some parts of life that I feel like are a lot slower here, and people like to take their time, like we were talking about earlier in the restaurants and the dining out. It's expected to kind of take a while, and it's more of like a planned outing, and it can be a lot slower pace of life. But I feel like it kind of flip-flops when you start driving.
Yes, I
feel
agree
like
with that.
Everything is so much faster when it comes to driving.
Which we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that part later. But the pace of life in general is a lot more relaxed, I feel like. Everybody kind of takes their time doing, whatever they got to do throughout the day. And it's not so much of in a hurry.
America's very... Matter of fact, I was a flight attendant for about 5 years, flew international, flew domestic, and that's something I've always noticed about Europe. Again, the places I've been in Europe, it's as if the culture takes the time to really smell the roses and enjoy life a little bit more, where I think American culture has become almost like workaholic a little bit, where we've lost sight of taking that time to enjoy things. And I think it actually makes everyone a lot more stressed out, a lot of the time. I think it's kind of breeds stress a little bit. So it's actually something I really admire about European culture and obviously Germany specifically here, is that pace of life, because I think it's really important actually, and especially when you're talking about people's like mental health and stuff, and not wanting to be stressed out, not wanting to be overworked and tired all the time. You've got to have some time to kind of recharge your batteries. So
yeah, especially like on Sundays, nobody works. Everything's closed pretty much, and everybody likes to just kind of do an outdoorsy kind of event with their family and friends and hang out and barbecue at the house or something.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really hard. You're not going to find like a grocery store that's open.
No, I mean, we haven't seen any yet that have been open on a Sunday, or even the markets not on Sunday.
Yeah, so you really got to plan your weekends out a lot, I think. And then during the week, like restaurants are closed from noon to like 5 or something.
That's been hard for us too, because we tend to eat in the weird off hours.
Yeah,
so
we
we're
usually
trying
like to get lunch at like 3 o'clock or something, or 2, and then we never can because everything's closed, and you gotta wait till 5, and then
it's a good adjustment to make, I think, because we should eat at better times. But it's been an adjustment, but it's a good thing. I think it's a very positive thing, and especially again with things being closed on Sunday, it's sort of a reminder to take that time to breathe, recharge your batteries, enjoy life, and be with your family and your loved ones. All right, so for number 4, I'm just gonna grab something real quick.
All right.
fashion and puffer coats. If you've been on our channel at all in the last few videos, since this content is new for us, you have heard probably that I really like fashion. And something that was, this is obviously a very fun one. When we moved here, dead of winter, everywhere we went, I saw puffer coats everywhere. Not that we don't have them in the States, but the amount that I see, it's like one in every other person at least. And I told Casey, I said, you know, I want to feel like I assimilate to the culture and I want to try to learn the culture. And I think I need a puffer coat to fit in here. So got a puffer coat like the first week we were here, walked out of the store with this coat, and within a city block, someone stopped me and started trying to ask for directions in German. And I was like, they've accepted me.
They thought you were a German.
They thought I was a local. And I really think it's the puffer coat in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So, but...
like 95% of the time, it's a Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a really big thing here. Although, you know what? I love it. And no coat that I have right now is any warmer than this puffer coat. This thing is warm, so I get it. That being said, more broadly on the fashion scale, which I guess is probably more my thing, but I've definitely noticed differences here. There's a lot more of an upscale style in a lot of the stores, even the more affordable stores. It feels more upscale. I mean, Americans are very big on just wearing gym clothes out, which
yeah, I don't
guilty.
see anybody like running around in like sweatpants and yoga pants. And
not
stuff.
really.
It's like not a thing.
Yeah, not really.
Unless it's a tracksuit.
Unless it's a tracksuit.
If you got the matching top and bottom, then it's okay.
Yeah, if you've got that slick tracksuit look.
Got the Adidas and
yeah.
Nike tracksuit.
They're very like fancy and I like it. It looks cool, but yeah, you don't really see that in the States too much. We're more in our stretch pants and our tank tops and all of that. And again, guilty. We both run around in gym clothes, although because I love fashion, I'm using being here as a reason to really dress more because I do love doing that, and it is almost more unusual to do in the States. Sometimes you get looked at like, why are you dressing up so nice? Where are you going? I don't know, I just wanted to look nice today. But so it's been kind of fun, but we've noticed that more upscale style in general for every day. Not a whole lot of gym clothes running around, again, at least in our experience so far here in the first month.
Yeah.
And puffer coats. Everywhere. On to number 5.
Kind of touched on it earlier, but now we'll dive in a little deeper on
transportation and driving.
So what are your thoughts on driving so far?
I don't have any because I haven't learned to drive the stick that we bought for me yet.
Nope. So it's been me doing
That's
all the driving.
That's going to be a video, so be prepared for that disaster.
Yeah, everyone will get to see that learning experience later. Transportation first, though. It's definitely a lot better than in the States. Like public transportation.
Oh my gosh,
the
so
bus
much better.
system has been great, especially when we didn't have a car. It made getting everywhere so much easier.
Yes, 100%. And we still realize that there's a benefit to taking that even with a car. So
yeah, you definitely save some money doing like the monthly passes, and then you're not buying gas. And if there's an event downtown, don't even bother trying to drive or find parking. The bus is definitely the way to go. The trains we've taken a couple times, not too far. We haven't done any really long trips yet, but
we want to.
Yeah, eventually we'll do a bigger train ride somewhere.
We do think there's a trip we're going to be taking soon, but I don't want to spoil it yet. And there's a chance we might be taking our first long distance train for that. So
yeah, hopefully soon. Train overall has been great though.
Yeah,
it's super easy. I guess we haven't, like we said, we haven't done anything crazy yet.
They'll think we're crazy.
But as far as figuring out tickets and what train to get on.
Well, the first time though, a local tried to help us, and I think we ended up spending a crazy amount. He didn't realize, I don't think, exactly what we were trying to do. He was trying to be helpful. He was really nice actually, but we ended up with day passes to go somewhere and back instead of just a there and back, which would have ended up being a lot less. Yeah. A lot less expensive, but
overall it's not too crazy expensive as long as you plan ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta plan your trips a little ways out, and then you can get better deals. But if you try to do something like tomorrow, it's pretty pricey.
Yeah, and when we first were at the hotel, we had a really, really nice, a nice guy who worked at the hotel that told us about the RMV app for the buses, and then we figured out, you can kind of look at the trains that way too, and that's been really helpful because it's in English. You can set it up in English, so that's been really helpful too.
Yeah, the apps have been great.
Yeah, so pretty good. The driving, when we actually take the car out, it's very aggressive. I don't think we expected how aggressive drivers would get. I mean, we knew the speed, we knew on the Autobahn where there's no speed limit in sections of it, that would be really, really fast and to stay over. And about the blitzers, right? Is that what they're called, the blitzers?
Yeah, the little speed cameras, we definitely keep our eyes out for those. We're trying to learn where they're all at around the house.
Yes, and some just weird things on the road in general have been yellow lines becoming the lines to follow for construction. Really threw us off the first time.
Yeah, the first time we came up on a construction zone and there was 8 different lanes
yeah.
painted on the road. I was like, what is going on here? Because in the States, yellow lines just means it's a 2-way street.
Right.
And then white means it's a 1-way.
Right.
But here, all the lines are white.
yeah.
Unless
sometimes
you're
you don't have a line.
Yeah, sometimes there's no line. So there's been a few times we ended up going down a 1-way street, maybe the wrong way. Or just being in the wrong lane, thinking that it was a 1-way when it was not a 1-way. So it's
a learning curve.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve. I'm glad he started first. He's a better driver, admittedly. So I'm glad I'm getting to watch him have this experience before I dive into learning stick and all the new things abroad driving wise. So
yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right, and we wanted to throw in one honorable mention because this won't be a huge conversation, but it is a fun one. So our honorable mention for this video...
I think it's pretty huge.
Well, it is pretty huge, actually. And that would be the size of wildlife. It has been insane. What are you feeding the pigeons?
The pigeons are like small chickens.
Yes, or large chickens.
Yeah, just kind of like normal chickens. They're massive. I'm surprised they can still fly. The jackrabbits we've seen like running around.
Oh my gosh, and in
behind the
packs
house
at night.
Yeah,
packs.
just like it's not uncommon to see like 15 of them hanging out together.
Oh, I think they could take one of our cats out if they got loose.
They're bigger than the cats.
They're huge. So we've just noticed everywhere we've been, it's not like we saw one big pigeon.
No, they're all
Every
massive.
pigeon is massive. So maybe it's that good German food. Maybe it's the quality of the food here, you know? They're happy.
I'd be happy too.
I'd be happy too.
The food's been great.
The food's been great. So I think that pretty much wraps it up. We had a list so long, so we figured maybe we'd do a follow-up once we've been living here a little bit longer, or maybe pull some of those things, or even I'm sure we'll notice new things the longer that we are here. So we really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment. Like I said, we love reading your comments. And we hope you had fun with us, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye, guys.